So I'm kind of just jumped right from wanting to start out to now I'm doing professional paid work, which is crazy. There's people I know who've been doing film here for like years, who went to film school and they're still just doing student films, like not getting paid ever. And I just jumped ahead of all of them in 2 months.
Why? And what's the difference?
All the tools that I learned in this program, and I have a whole entire like support system of people who are encouraging each other all the time and telling us, you know, to keep going, and all of Janet's like methods to go forward with what I'm doing. So accomplished in 2 months more than they've accomplished in like 2 years. So that's crazy. So all of the methods in this program just has allowed me to bust that door wide open pretty much almost immediately.
So once you got into the program, what was your reaction?
I immediately recognized that the value of just information and wisdom and advice of somebody who walked this path, like receiving that, was so valuable. It's such a huge difference, and it's honestly just like taking that mindset you're taught at the beginning of the program and then getting the tools that you're providing and them coming together and meeting, like makes a bulldozer. You just bulldoze through everything.
How many professionals do you think you've met just in the last 2 months?
A lot, more than 24 probably. That's how you do it, is you put these little things in place now and it like gives back to you down the road. So before I found friends in film, I was just coming out of a really hard, long period of my life. The last 5 years of my life have been very traumatic for me. I come from a home that has abuse in it. And 2 years ago, I was kind of bouncing around sofas, living out of my car, certain things that just kind of led to me developing anxiety and some PTSD and really not wanting to go outside of my comfort zone at all. So it became really difficult for me to make any major changes in my life, and commit to something like this just seemed almost impossible for me. I really want my life to look different. You know, I want to make more money. I want to have a nicer home. I want to be able to have a more fulfilling career.
What was your job?
I was working in the service industry as a waitress, and I just don't want to do that for the rest of my career. And knowing kind of the life that I wanted to have, and knowing that I was not satisfied in my job as a waitress. I'm not satisfied with where I am at life. I'm not satisfied with my relationships, anything. If I don't make that change, then I'm never going to move out of that. So I really had to grab that by the horns, jump into something, because it was just that extra little push that is letting me change my life. And I already see changes after 2 months. So just super excited.
When you found Friends in Film, what were your concerns about it?
I was afraid. I would say the money and just being afraid were the two biggest things, because if I kind of committed to this and worked really hard at it for this long, and if I still failed, it would just be so crushing to me. So I was just afraid of failure if I committed and spent the money. But now that I'm 2 months into the program and I am paying the program, I'm paying all my bills with just some little changes, I don't see how I can fail doing it. So that's all out the window now. Goodbye.
How do you feel about your future?
It's like the best it's ever looked in my whole life right now. My future looks so amazing right now. And just like finding this program and having all the personal development things attached with it, it's just made a huge difference with everything.
What would you tell somebody that's watching this video with you that's thinking about taking the plunge? What would you tell them?
You should do it, because if you're actually really looking and have that desire in yourself to change something about your life, and you keep ignoring it because you're afraid about the money, and you're afraid just because you don't want to fail, or you failed in your past, and you just keep stuffing that down, it's going to get worse. That feeling is going to just get worse and worse inside of you until it just erupts out. And if you do it this way, by jumping into this program, you want to try film out, you want to better your life, you want to better your future. If you jump in now, you're going to find that there's a whole life preserver of people ready to catch you. We're on this journey together. So you might jump by yourself, but when you land, you're not landing by yourself.